means a lot more than a melee SD.
Yeah, it's 50% of your stocks as opposed to 25%. So
exactly.
So we have Marshall going up against Sinnyboo for 7th right now in losers top 8.
Nobody expected these two to be playing this early in bracket.
That's crazy.
Marshall lost to the Ohio Rosalina main multicolors.
Crazy Colors.
Crazy Colors. Yeah, it was a close set. But Crazy Colors
I heard
pulled it
SDs played a factor in that one as well.
I didn't watch Game 3. I
Yeah.
watched Game 1 and 2.
According to Down B Collaboration Zone Jaaahsh, Marshall caught the business from Crazy Colors in Game 3.
Gotcha. The business.
Best of 5.
Yep, everything will be best of 5.
Okay.
And for those of you,
we're ahead of schedule, so.
And for those of you watching at home, the muck on the bottom will be pointing to who just recently won the last game.
Yeah, so when we see this overlay, the muck will have a hand. Hey, Josh, can you make him dance for us so that? Look at that muck dance.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
and that is a detail that is amazing, and everyone should pay attention to it. It's so good. It's an amazing detail. So,
two old friends going at it right now.
These are guys that have been playing for years.
Yeah, since the Brawl days, you know. Marshall being a Meta Knight main back in the day, and Sinnyboo and Icy's main. So yeah, they've definitely butted heads in the past. But here we are. It's a whole new game. It's a whole new year. Smashville already.
Of course it's Smashville. It's Starterville.
Yeah.
We couldn't start the top 8 any other way.
Exactly.
So what we're expecting to see in this matchup, as it is a best of 5, is for these guys to really make a lot of adjustments and counter adjustments to how they've evolved their play style since the last time that they've been able to play against each other. So, I mean, things to look out for on Marshall's end is that for a long time he was known for his his missteps, but that's something he's really eliminated from his game a lot. So look for more precision from Marshall than we've ever seen before. And on the other side, Sinnyboo, what have you seen from him today?
From Sinnyboo, I've definitely... I've seen him capitalize on everything he should be capitalizing on. If you miss a tech, he's going to, bouncing fish you. If you're being dumb, he's going to needle you. And if you do an unsafe recovery, he's going to hit you with the fair off stage, like right there, to take Marshall's first stock.
And that's actually something that I have to say is kind of Sinnyboo's MO as a player, is that he doesn't necessarily do like crazy flashy Sheik things like, say, your voids, or like anything like that. He just, anytime that he has an available moment to take advantage, he will take it.
Right.
He never pushes the envelope.
And that's very true for like Marshall as well. Marshall does do some crazy things, but Sinnyboo is a very reactive player. He is very good at reacting to things, and he's done that with all the video games he's played his entire life. If he can take chance of an opportunity, he'll pull it off at a higher percent than your average Joe,
Yeah, and that's something that has really kind of defined, as you mentioned, Marshall's entire gaming career, is that he's relied on his insanely great reaction times. Like anytime he has an available option, he'll be like, all right, now I can go for it. But other than that, he's really have to work so far in this matchup to try and find those opportunities. Sinnyboo is just playing so solid and so clean. He's not giving Marshall any opportunity to utilize those small moments that Marshall normally does.
Right. Oh,
there's one though, and he finally catches one, but gains 117%, the Master Chief amount of percent.
I think that's going to be really tough for Marshall. I think Sinnyboo has a winning record on Marshall right now, and I think a lot of it's due to Marshall struggling to kind of convert on some of his hits into a kill. He misses down tilt into up smash quite a few times in the past, and he's kind of resorted to other things at very high percents of kill, like up tilt. You see a lot from him. So, ooh.
And that was that kill right there. That was entirely predicated on Marshall going through that unsafe side B that went through Sinnyboo's shield, and then he was never able to find his footing again and reset to neutral. So Sinnyboo pressed the issue on that. So as we said, one small mistake that you give Sinnyboo, and he's going to take advantage and take it right to the bank.
That was very reminiscent of the first stock where he kind of did a low side B recovery, and Sinnyboo just fared him off the edge. So look to be seeing probably a lot more high recoveries from Marshall going ahead.
Or hopefully recovery mix-ups so that he goes high and low, because Sinnyboo is, again, going to notice if, of course, he goes high a lot, if he goes low a lot.
He's going to up air him, here we are at Dreamland. Decent pick for Marshall. He likes playing around. Those platforms are like his monkey bars. He kind of just do whatever he wants on those after he gets you up there.
That's actually a really great analogy to make for Dreamland, is that because it has those platforms there, Marshall's going to have a lot of opportunities to be able to not only escape to those platforms, but also keep up the pressure, as well as prevent Sinnyboo from doing any sort of needle camping as well. We didn't see that a whole lot, but as we all know, Sheiks love to do that. So it gives him just a lot more options, and I like the monkey bars analogy.
Yeah. Alrighty, we've just been seeing some nice trades, some decent neutral things, couple punishes from Marshall, and I think that's really why he's already been able to adjust and rack up the percentage right now. He's just been following one hit up into another. Right.
And we've seen a lot more banana also.
Yeah.
He's having these platforms, again, to kind of shield him from any aerial approaches that Sinnyboo has been trying. So he's been able to get the banana out more in play, and some good, nice barrels tech there to, again, keep up that stage control that he was not able to hold at all in Game 1.
Yeah, barrels is that unexpected dark horse of a move that just kind of comes out of nowhere, but when it hits, you know, it can do some really good damage.
It's surprisingly, I mean, who would have thought explosive rocket barrels would do a lot of knockback? But, I mean, it's a shockingly strong move, and because those barrels can also fly off and be unpredictable, it's sort of like a bit of a Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! Wild Card, like, roll the dice and let's see if those barrels give you a kill.
I didn't quite get that because I only know vanilla Yu-Gi-Oh!, but, you know, I'll just let that be.
Joey Wheeler?
Yeah, no,
he's from Duelist Kingdom.
Oh, I thought you said, like, dice.
No.
Oh, like Dungeon Dice Monsters.
No. I wasn't talking about Duke Devlin.
Okay. Well, just a moment ago, I think we just saw an up tilt on the top platform.
Yeah, we saw an up tilt to take out Sinnyboo's first stock.
Yeah.
And so Game 1, Sinnyboo took the first stock. Now Marshall taking the first stock, and he finds himself firmly in the driver's seat here. Let's hope he can keep it up and build some damage before he loses his own first stock.
Again, oh, wow. Sinnyboo calling him out, I think, on that recovery. I think he was. Those were the starting frames of a side B, I think. Not entirely sure.
Regardless,
I think that's what happened there.
It was certainly a read to what he was doing. Like, regardless of what move Marshall was trying to use, Sinnyboo was like, no.
I think he just expected Sinnyboo to respect his recovery, like most of his opponents. But no, Sinnyboo, especially considering how defensive Sinnyboo's been playing. You know, he just kind of came in guns a-blazing and took that first stock, you know.
And again, Marshall, though, doing a really good job of keeping Sinnyboo off stage. And because of that, he was, for the first time in a long time we've seen, Sinnyboo got pineappled there and lost his stock.
Yeah, that Sheik will be living under a pineapple. Oh, he's already screwed it up. Living
under the sea in a pineapple.
Yeah, exactly.
Neighbors to Patrick Star and Squidward tentacles.
Right. Yeah, no,
we're just saying that there's some real estate that Sinnyboo now occupies in Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, those spiky bits definitely give you the business when you don't want them to. All right, well, FD, this is a bit more of a neutral kind of position. Marshall doesn't have platforms to really play around with anymore.
No,
I mean,
certainly
that's
not.
Obviously, how it goes with this stage.
Yeah, and because there's no bans in Best of 5, there's unfortunately no way for Marshall to escape FD, and I do believe that this was the optimal choice for Sinnyboo here. Needles, amazingly fast airspeed and ground speed, you know, the mobility that Sheik offers, the mix-ups that she can do, the shield pressure that she can provide. FD is just a perfect place for Sheik to go against Diddy Kong.
And she can also survive a little bit more with those blast zones, you know.
Further away from your main platform.
Exactly.
Now, even though the ceilings are the same, there's no platforms for you to be lifted up towards it. So, yeah, you have the full distance to carry your opponent all the way. So, yeah, up tilt's going to be less dangerous because he's not going to have to worry about being caught with it on a platform. That's a good call, Big Ray.
Yep. Well, here we are. Sinnyboo has just been almost, I wouldn't say dominating Marshall off stage, but he's definitely been doing a good job.
This has been a reverse of Game 2 where Marshall had complete stage control, kept Sinnyboo off stage, much like we're seeing here. But Sinnyboo has been much better at staying center stage and sort of pushing Marshall into that situation. So,
well, that's actually the first banana conversion I think I've seen all game. Marshall's been just kind of trying to get all up in his grills to prevent him from charging needles.
Sinnyboo had the air dodge read in with the vanish, but just didn't quite connect with it. That's actually, again, like you said, the first time we've seen a banana, he's really been using the fear of the banana more than the banana itself to do stuff. But he runs right into a bouncing fish there, and you definitely have to fear that if you're Marshall.
Yeah, I think Marshall just kind of didn't really pull up his shield there. I don't know what he was doing. He had plenty of time to react. Yeah, Marshall's been very respecting Sinnyboo off stage for the majority of this game. Just kind of sat there on edge, waited for him to come back, pulled out a banana. Didn't really get anything off of that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he needs to be more aggressive, because in game 2 he had a similar strategy and it worked out for him. But unfortunately, there's just less options for Marshall here and way more for Sinnyboo, because of, again, he's got great frame data, and his rushdown ability just means that he's always, if he wants to be, he can be in Marshall's face. If he doesn't want to be, he can escape. So.
Right. Oh, that was a very nice conversion.
Great conversion.
Yeah.
And the first detailed conversion that we've really seen that has led into a KO.
Exactly. And of course, that was all due to the fact that Sinnyboo missed that tech, but who would have seen that sort of thing coming? That was just a very strange situation there.
Yeah, and, I mean, as good as you are at teching, as good as you are at the game in general, there are some times where situations arise that are completely out of your control. And great edge cancel there into that fair.
That was great.
But situations arise that you just cannot possibly be prepared for. So right now we are going into the nitty-gritty of this game 3.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, wasn't really able to capitalize that footstool, but I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No.
Maybe Marshall planned on it, but I sincerely doubt it.
Marshall has been super on point with his side B ledge cancels right now. He's been getting so much mileage off
Beverly's?
his, all that damage off of those.
Wow. Sinnyboo is known as one of the masters of mashing. I was surprised that he wasn't able to get out of that sooner.
Doesn't matter,
doesn't
though.
matter. Able to get that bouncing fish off stage. Takes game 3.
Would you say that Sinnyboo is a master?
Ooh. A bouncing official? That was Jaaahsh's, not mine. I didn't know that's what we called it around here. I've been out of the Minnesota game for so long.
All I know is that I really enjoyed my pun that I don't think you heard.
The master?
Yeah, he's
I don't think Jaaahsh enjoyed it quite as much.
His eyes rolled back so hard in his head, I thought he was going to go blind.
Hey, dude, it's hard to please him. I feel you. I feel you.
All right, so again, sticking with the same characters, I doubt we'll see a change from anything.
No.
But Sinnyboo up here 2-1. Now we're going on TNC. We so far have not seen a repeat stage at all.
No.
And that's good, because that means that these guys are willing to try something new and realizing that counterpicking stages is important in this one. Anything to give them the edge.
This is an interesting map because it's, it is FD like 50% of the time, while the other 50% of the time, Marshall does actually have platforms to kind of be silly with.
Biggest thing here, though, is it has a really low ceiling.
Yes,
and as we all know, that Marshall has obviously the hoo-ha, which is sometimes still a thing. And then he also has up smash off of a banana or a detailed. So
I honestly don't remember the last time. Marshall's gone for a down throw into up air, though. So
that's true.
Definitely not something we're going to be looking for.
All I'm just
saying
is, but you know it's in his back pocket.
Right.
Like, he knows that there's a certain percent that it probably works. And Marshall is enough of a student to know what that percentage is. So
look for Sinnyboo trying to get those bouncy fish off the edge, and Marshall hopefully trying to get one of those up smash reads.
And a grenade almost spelled zoom there for Sinnyboo, but unfortunately Marshall not able to capitalize hugely on that. Pretty much reset here.
Ooh, that wasn't a terrible idea. I don't quite know why the hitboxes didn't reach. It looked like it should have worked.
They're putting Marshall off stage here. Sinnyboo's been making a living with punishing Marshall off stage, but nothing that time. We're going to go back to neutral here. Very dangerous. But
that was good shield pressure by Marshall, but Sinnyboo was just so patient in shield, and he just waited it out, you know?
And again, it's Sinnyboo. It's patience personified.
Exactly. Maybe just needs Marshall to go for some more like rush down grabs, possibly. If he's just holding shield out this entire time.
And I'm really liking the mix-ups that Marshall's putting on off stage.
There it is. That back air coming down from the platform. That'll take it.
So in all 3 games that we've seen previously, the person who's taking the first stock has taken the game. If that happens again, Sinnyboo will be moving on and Marshall will be out at 7.
Right.
Marshall has to try and avoid that by getting a stock off here and then build that damage and get another one, because that is the name of the game here in Smash Brothers.
And when they're up close and personal, it's just like trade, shield hit, and it's just kind of relentless, like there. Bada bing, bada boom. Finally, Marshall gets conversion.
Not going to do it, though. Got the banana, and Vanish will let him come back to the ledge. Marshall getting the read, though. Reads the roll-up, gets the down tilt, gets the up smash, and we are back to even.
Rare thing to finally see from Marshall. One of those guaranteed conversions at, in top 8. I'm sure he gets that lower in bracket, but once you're at this level of caliber, he sometimes second doubts himself and kind of doesn't react because he doesn't believe he gets that down tilt. That's the main reason why he doesn't get the conversion.
Yeah, that's actually something that's kind of interesting about Marshall, is that ever since sort of Pow Pow has taken the Wisconsin title from him, he's not necessarily seemed less confident in his play, but his conversions have seemed to not be as aggressively gone for. Like, he knows how bad, like, messing up one of those can be and how much that can leave you open.
Wow. Look at
Wow.
that coverage by Sinnyboo off stage. Reading pretty much anything that Marshall wanted to do there and finishing off with that, in my opinion, unfair fair.
No, that fair is completely unfair. Wow, that was a really good matchup. 3-1 in Sinnyboo's favor. He'll be moving on to face the next opponent, which will be...
I don't know. I don't have bracket in front of me. Oh, well. We have Crazy Colors and D-Money.
D-Money, the guy who gave Sinnyboo the business.
Yeah,
as
true.
As previously mentioned.
Now, D-Money, he I don't know what to say about him because he's been wrecked. Like, this past